Hi guys, I am showing you this sound chart because this is the sound chart that I would like you guys to start reviewing every day. And the reason is because when you go over the sounds more and more, when you come to them when you're reading a book or if you're trying to spell a word, it's very helpful if you know the sounds that the letters make, okay? Or letter clusters. So we're going to start with short vowels. And so these short vowels are, they are, whenever you see this little symbol above, this is called a breve. And so that tells you that it's going to make a short sound. So the A says A as in apple. E says as in elephant. I says I as in igloo. O says as in octopus. U says as umbrella. And moving on to the long vowels, when you see this long little line above, that's called a macron, and that tells you that the letter is going to make a long sound. And so here we have a couple different combinations. So if you see here, this first one, it says A blank E. And so this is showing like our silent E syllable. So like, for example, if I put a consonant letter in the middle here, like T, and so then the word would become eight, because that silent E is not letting this vowel say a short sound, but he's jumping on his back and making him say that long sound. So a silent E will make it long. AI says AY also says A. Okay, then here you have your long E sound. The long E says E. Same thing with the silent E. So it says E. 2E, EE says E. EA also says E. And Y says E. And so the Y will take on that E sound when it's at the end of a two-syllable word, like in the word baby. So when it's at the end of a two-syllable, it makes that E sound. One exception to EA is that it will not always say E. There are some exceptions, like in the word bread. The word bread, it even though it has this vowel team, it does not always say E. Okay. Here we have our long I sound. So same thing, silent E. Whenever there's a silent E, it makes that I say his name. So IE also says I. IGH also says I, and Y says I at the end of a one syllable word, like in the word cry. Okay, here we have our long O sound. Same thing with the silent E. If there's a silent E, that O becomes O. OA says O. OW says O. And OE also says O, as in toe. Here you OW makes two sounds actually, and so we'll learn that in the next set. Here we have long U, same thing with the silent E. U, whenever there's a silent E, and it'll make that U go long, and so it says U. UE says U. UI says U. And EW says U. And so some examples are glue, fruit, and few. Okay. Here we have our R controlled. And so our R controlled it's a syllable pattern where the vowel is followed by the letter R, and that letter R takes control of that vowel. So R as in star, as in flower, as in bird, or as in corn, as in nurse. The kids are used to doing this one with the spurs symbol. So if they say as in spur, that's perfectly fine. Here we have our diphthongs, and so these are vowels that are paired together that make a unique sound. So OI says oi, and OY also says oi. OY is usually at the end of a syllable, and OI is usually in the middle. Okay. OU and OW both say ow, as in house. AU and AW says aw, as in saw. Now OO, you have two different sounds for OO as well. And so OO can say as in book, or oo as in moon. Okay, then we have our blends. And so our blends, they each make their own sound. So BR says brr as in brown. CR says cur as in crab. DR says dur as in dress. FR says fur as in frog. GR says grr as in grill. PR says purr as in prize. TR says trr as in train. BL says bl as in blue. CL says cl as in cloud. FL says fl as in flag. GL says gl as in glue. PL says pl as in plane. SL says sl as in sled. SC says sk as in scarf. SK says sk as in skate. SM says sm as in smile. SN says sn as in snow. SP says sp as in spider. ST says st as in stop. SW says sw as in swim. Okay, then we have our triple blends. And so these are 3 letters put together. They each make their own individual sound. So you can hear each sound. For example, in the word scream, I hear sk-er. However, when we read it very close together. And so it almost sounds like it's one sound, but it's not. It's 3 individual sounds. So SCR says skr as in scream. SPL says spl as in splash. SPR says spur as in spring. STR says str as in street. SQU says squ as in square. THR says thr as in throw. Okay, then we have our silent letters. And so these are kind of hard for kids because when they make the sound, they don't hear that first letter, which, is hard for them. But just giving them a lot of time to look at words that have these silent letters will help them. So WR says as in right. KN says n as in not. And then we have our digraphs. And these are 2 consonant letters that make one sound. And so these, whenever you put them in the boxes, the sound boxes, they would go in one sound box because they do just make one sound, even though they have 2 letters. So ch as in chick. SH says sh as in shamrock. TH says th as in thumb. WH says w as in whale. And PH says f as in phone. Now I want to give you some information about this one here. So TH also says th as in the or there. And so the kids know both of those sounds. So when they come to this one, I would like them to say th says th as in thumb, or th as in the. Okay? Thank you.